Greetings, everyone. Glad to have you here with us on this Wednesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan at the table alongside Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. We'll be hearing from David Aldridge from the sideline. First game back in Golden State for the Warriors. They're ready to play. And Whiteside's teammates are all smiles as he returns to the lineup after being out. So Golden State will get the first possession. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Olajuwon is out there with Nowitzki. Then it's Isaiah Thomas. Then there's Pippen. And it's Wade in at the two-guard. Both these teams have something to play for, Doris.
Well, there's not a question about it. There's playoff seeding at stake. Each of these teams is plenty motivated for this game.
Kick by Olajuwon. Nowitzki kicks to Olajuwon. To the paint. Here's Flash. That nice feed that time from Scottie Pippen. Flash has got 5.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Right, he's got it rolling so far. Just the kind of start he was hoping to get off to.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Let's hope that's never the plan, and certainly not this early in the game. You don't want to let him get on a roll. That can make a long night for you.
Now the Mavericks with it. It's a 5-point game. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Well, it's no doubt. It's so much easier to run your offense if the defense is not trying to take away any of your options.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Rick Carlisle gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. This is the first meeting of the year between these two teams, and he said he wants to rely on defense to set the tone. He told me if we can disrupt their offensive flow early and deny them easy looks, I think we can wear them down over the course of the night to get the win. All right, Kevin, back to you.
Okay, Dave, thanks. So it's mainly about defense for them early on.
And it won't just be early. I mean, it'll be about D all game long.
Yeah, I expect them to come out aggressive, and they'll be willing to take chances, try to create turnovers, and be disruptive as they possibly can.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
Yeah, they may have gotten the feeling he would dish it off, but he had a surprise for them.
Here's Pippen. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And, guys, they could have won that game on the strength of their offense alone. It was that good.
You know, they knew it would be loud on the road, but tuned out all that external noise and completely dominated the scoring.
Here's Wade after the made shot from Scottie Pippen. Wade kicks to Thomas. Dallas, no good that time either.
You know, that kind of miss can rattle your confidence. He knows he should have had that one.
And that one's good by Pippen.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Mavericks trail by 9. And what's crazy to think about with Curry is that he was signed to such an affordable contract before he, too, made the leap to stardom because of concerns about his ankles. That has not, though, recently been a problem for him.
And the team must be thanking their lucky stars for that good fortune. Very serious concerns at one point that Curry would never be able to play a full season. Had the procedure done to take away tissue and change his approach with ankle sprains, and he's been as good as it gets.
Just 5 to shoot. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
Clearly, they've been the hotter team here in the first half.
I'm just seeing great ball movement out there. Good shot selection. All the things coaches want from their guys.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Duncan outside. Pass to Flash. Beyond the arc. The shot, no good. Wade with the defensive effort. Mavericks trail by 7. Here's Thomas. He had 15 points last outing. Tipped away. And Steph Curry with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Five seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Thomas. No good from the wing. And that does it for the first quarter. The Warriors on top, up 7. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stance-wise?
You know, it's been about how solid they've been offensively here, really tuned in with one another.
It feels like these guys are feeding off each other, and that's leading to having some fun and coming up with big shots.
Here's Jackson. On the court for Dallas here in the second. Jackson is out there with Bradley Beal. Then it's Gortat. Then there's Nowitzki. And it's Kersey in at the 3. Now here's Jackson. Beal, that's for 2. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
I thought for sure he would hit that shot, but his release didn't look good. And for the Mavericks, boy, a lot of pain before they finally broke through with their 2011 NBA championship. You remember 06, right? They were up 2-0 over the Heat. The newspapers are already publishing the parade route, and then Miami wins 4 straight.
And he found a soft spot in the D on that possession.
Outside, Maravich. From 13, misses off the left iron.
Boy, clear breakdown on defense. They're fortunate that he didn't make them pay.
Beal, the pass to Gortat. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And you talk about the tough years for the Mavs. How about 2007, Doris? A league best 67 wins, and they bow out to the 8th seed Warriors in the first round.
Boy, we remember that well, Kevin. The first ever 1-8 seed upset in a 7-game series. Nowitzki had won the MVP that year and had to accept it after they've been eliminated. Face the music as the true pro he is, only to get revenge in 2011 and win it all.
Now, here's Grant. Dirk Nowitzki unable to get his shot to go. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Jokic. Inside, he gets the jumper to fall. Jokic just got his first basket of the night. Mavericks trailed by 5. And that'll be Dallas as it goes out of bounds. Mavericks retain possession.
Extremely fortunate they didn't lose the ball there.
Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Nikola Jokic. The Mavericks also with a sub. Wade's checked in. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Jackson kicks to Wade. Gortat with the screen for Wade. Off the screen. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Boy, a really bad collective mental lapse. They are fortunate he missed that.
Irving from long range. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
But Kyrie's so confident shooting from beyond the arc. No defense is going to get in his way.
Kersey against Grant. Kersey passes to Beal. Knocked away. And stolen by Scott. And a wide open look for Irving. Another 3 for Golden State.
You know, that three-pointer probably wasn't the first option for them on that trip, but good job to take what the defense was giving him. Coaches love that kind of decision-making.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
And he clearly doesn't like what's going on out there right now.
He's upset. You know, there's no attention to detail over these last couple of minutes.
And the Warriors with some changes. Whiteside's checked in for Grant. Pippen comes in for Scott, and Flash is subbed in for Maravich. And then for Dallas, Olajuwon comes in for Gortat, and Pippen subbed in for Bradley Beal. Here's Wade. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper.
Oh, wasting no time on that inbound play. Really heads up. Just caught the defenders napping.
Pass to Whiteside. Here's Flash. And a miss there on the triple. Mavericks trailed by 9. Jackson with it. He's picked up by Irving. Shoots from the corner. Count the basket. Irving's got 8 here in the quarter.
You know, rough start for him, but he seems to have turned the corner here in the second period.
Jackson kicks to Wade. That one, no good. Good work defensively by Whiteside. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving. Dallas making a switch here. Thomas is checked in. There's 25 seconds left in the first half of the game. Jackson kicks to Thomas. The pass to Olajuwon. Shot from 16. He gets it in there. 8 seconds left in the first half. Here's Flash. An amazing shot, just barely beat the buzzer.
That is as big a shot at...
And so that brings the first half to a close. Warriors ahead. They finish off the second quarter on a 12-4 run. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Rick, what's your analysis of how your defense has done so far?
Well, they're getting too many open looks at threes. We're lucky they're missing a few. You know, with this team, they stretch you out so much, you got to be really alert. You got to pay close attention to the details.
Rick, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. So it's Golden State who's out on top at the half. They lead by 11. Shaq, we'll start with you. How do you think they played?
Well, they really dictated the pace of the game with their transition game. They got out on the break every chance they had, and the time they could push the tempo, they did. And a lot of times, it kept the defense scrambling like eggs with the cheese.
That concludes our halftime present.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Well, there are very few defenders who can check him one-on-one. And in fact, collectively, he's a challenge for defenses.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Pippen is out there with Duncan. Then there's Flash. Then there's Whiteside. And it's Curry in at the point. From deep, Thomas. You look at the league as a whole, Doris, so much great talent in the NBA right now. But if you could go back, say in a time capsule, back to any era, what era or year would you like to go back to? And who would you like to see play live?
Well, probably a couple for me. Rick Barry would be very high on that list because I listen to experts talk now in casual conversations, and they often talk about Rick Barry as being a guy they think could be successful now. Moses Malone, as a fan, I grew up just on the tail end of Moses' career. But you talk about a guy who had a dominant stretch, and then I would love to have seen Dr. J a little bit more again. I didn't see him in the ABA, saw him more in the NBA. I saw him win the championship, and that was a lot of fun. But I would love to have seen consistently those three men play.
That would be great. I think I'm ready to go in that time capsule right now.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first four here in the third.
Here's Flash. Wade is covering. There's the dish to Whiteside. No good on the three. Mavericks trailed by 11. Pippen, the pass to Thomas. Back to Pippen. And it's Pippen with the jam.
You know, the basket is good, but it's all about the assist there. That pass led him to just the right spot on the floor.
Outside Pippen. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Curry's shot is good.
And just a little bit ragged defensively.
Been the story all too often for them today. Too disorganized, not playing cohesive basketball at all.
You know, what's amazing about Curry isn't just how dominant a shooter or player he is, but very few guys in the history of our game have actually changed it. And I think Steph Curry is rapidly moving into that category. I mean, now you see defenders who have to guard 35 feet away from the basket. You know, you generally don't see guys his size dominate the game when they don't feature that next level athleticism. So for what he's done, man, it is just incredible to watch.
Great beginning to this second half. Now 3 for 4 from the field.
Feeds to Pippen. Unstolen by Scott. 11 feet away. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
There's no question he's one of the more gifted offensive players in this league. More evidence of that right here.
Curry against Thomas. And he makes that one. That's 7 points for Steph Curry.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Here's Beal. Got a piece of it. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. And Flash gets it to go.
Boy, when he's in rhythm like this, the whole team benefits. His scoring efficiency gives them a major advantage.
Nowitzki right side. The shot's good on the assist by Pippen. Nowitzki's got his second bucket.
I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
The big guy showing off his range on that jumper.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, the league and NBA teams have become much more aware of protecting players' health, and they're finding out that rest and sleep are a huge part of that. Warriors head coach Steve Kerr said medicine and science have improved, and thought processes do as well. He said in the old days, guys played 48 minutes. Well, we've made advances. We don't go backwards with this stuff. We go forwards. And guys, that's why they want their players off their feet as much as possible.
Good report, GA. Thank you.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Oh, no question. If you don't take it, you actually go away from what the scheme is trying to create.
Warriors leading by 15. Scott dishes to Maravich. Nowitzki with the steal. And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession. Thomas with the ball. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. For 3. It doesn't go for him. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Warriors lead by 15. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. Rick Carlisle had some words for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Keep playing. Take turnovers out of the game.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Warriors leading by 15. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, they've got Dwayne Wade. Nowitzki is out there with Elijah. Then there's Reggie Jackson, and it's Kersey with the small forward. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
I mean, he was great in his last game. Clearly, he has not lost that love and feel.
No, he's having one of those stretches where you just have to stand back and admire the work he's putting in on the basketball court.
So many times basketball can imitate life and vice versa. Doris, what life lessons have you learned through playing basketball?
I would tell you it's shaped every phase of my life, Kevin. It taught me work habits necessary for success. It taught me that my success very often is contingent on the success of people around me, that it's important that I'm pulling in the same direction as the people who are trying to lead me. It's also brought me some of the best friendships in my life. So basketball has meant just about everything it could to someone.
Well said. Well said. He had a nice open look right there.
You know, this is the trend in the NBA. Big guys who can step away and drill it with range.
Golden State's gone 6 of 11 when they're taking the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Wade brings the double team.
Jump on, pull it. You two players.
So it's Golden State with it. Jackson against Irving. 6 to shoot. Back to Whiteside. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And Rick Carlisle, coach of the Mavs, renowned for his X's and O's. But he said, Doris, he tries not to call any plays offensively if he can. Something that... began when Jason Kidd was his point guard.
Right, Kevin, because he feels the more random they can be, the more unpredictable, the tougher they are to defend. And to me, that's a sign of a great coach. You instill concepts and philosophies, leave players the room to improvise.
And the Mavericks call time here. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Here's Kersey, and that one comes up a bit short. Warriors leading by 17. Curry's shot is off. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Jackson against Curry. Jackson kicks to Nowitzki. 6 on the shot clock. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession. And the Warriors making a change here. Duncan's checked in. Golden State's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark. Look at that shot! How did that go in?
Where does he pull that from?
Mavericks trailed by 20. To the wing right side. Here's Kersey. Dallas again missing. Golden State's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on threes. Curry passes it to Whiteside. .149 left in the fourth quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Olajuwon over with the double team, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wade. Pippin's checked in for Jerome Kersey. Here's Curry. Nailed from three-point land.
It has been a three-point barrage for them since halftime.
I mean, unbelievable. Whether they're wide open or defenders draped all over them, they're hitting from distance.
Here's Nowitzki. Softly drops in the floater.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Warriors.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Flash. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Pippen misses.
Ill-advised shot there.
You know, I really expected him to swing that one back around.
They double-team Curry. Stolen by Jackson. And here's the fast break. Pippen kicks to Wade. The shot, no good. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. To the right side. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Now here's Curry. He's feeling it. And the Warriors tack on two more.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, they're playing the right way. I mean, when you're increasing your lead, it means you're playing a better brand of basketball.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home, no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
Well, folks, that's going to do it.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey, everybody, Ernie Johnson. Flash. He had a nice surge to start the second half, hitting his first 3 shots.
He was dominant, throwing one haymaker after another, and the crowd absolutely loved it. They were eating it up. It's a love affair between him and this city, especially when he's tearing it up like that. He delivered a beauty tonight.
I'm floored by how well he shot the ball. He was unstoppable. I don't mean just the points. The ability to create opportunities for himself.
And that'll do it for this edition of